And we're live.
We're live.
You are live. We are live.
Woo! Mike's out.
When do we switch over?
We're wanting to show off our new visual for the show. This is truly momentous. And for those of you that are wondering, we do have a coworker that is a rabbit.
Yes, we do.
Do you want to introduce the coworker?
Her name is Rogue. She's a blind 3-year-old rabbit named after the X-Men character Rogue.
That's amazing.
That's why, because of the white strip of hair.
Yes.
That's why.
Yes.
And then she went blind.
This is amazing. All right, you guys. Well, we are ready to rock and roll. So we just want to bask in our glory with fireworks and everything. But we're going to kick it off here and let Trevor steal the show.
Can we first point out Casey's face looks amazing?
Oh, should we pull it back up?
I mean, look at his face.
Look at that. It is a great expression. It was funny because when I was going through photos, because you both said go through Facebook, I'm like, okay. And I was like, I found yours. And then I was going through Casey's. I'm like, dude, I gotta do this one. It's too funny. And then for mine, I struggled. I was like, I don't know what I want to do because I make all sorts of dumb faces. But Rogue stole the show easily. So
she is the best.
Simply the best.
Simply the best.
Boom.
All right. And first show off, I guess Trevor could talk about our book first before we show off the other things.
Well,
that we're highlighting.
We're already highlighted them right here. We've got 3 Funkos here based on some of the new books they've got coming out. Though we have not done a review on it, Gargoyles is 2 issues in. We've got a Gargoyle Funko here. Try to not get that glare. That's worse.
Brooklyn.
It's Brooklyn.
Shout out to Brooklyn.
Shout out to Brooklyn. Isn't that where Spider-Man's from? Or no, he's Queens. Captain America's Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Yep.
Where are you from? Brooklyn. Oh, that sucks. Then we've also got, for tonight's book, Darkwing Duck.
Hey.
A Darkwing Duck Funko here. See that glare? It's something
Beautiful.
else. And Nega Duck. To be fair, I don't know the Darkwing Duck universe. So I don't know who Nega Duck is. It looks like reverse Darkwing Duck.
Basically, like reverse Flash with Flash.
Say, reverse Flash.
Yep.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Preparing, but I forgot you had to show off the book.
I got to show off all the books and the amazing covers that we have left. There were, according to my comic book app, 40 covers for this book, and that does include store exclusives. So some stores across the country had like 2 or 3 exclusive covers for Virgin variants and black and white and stuff. We didn't get any of that kind of stuff because we don't have the store exclusive for Darkwing Duck. But start you off with the A cover. That's the one I got. It's a pretty sharp cover by DNA.
Yeah.
We've got the C cover. So we're out of the B cover. We've got the C cover. Darkwing Duck flying through the sky with a rope. We have got the E cover. Darkwing Duck riding a motorcycle. Miranda got that one. That's a cool one.
Shout out to Miranda.
Shout out to Miranda. And to her sister, Ariana, doing some soccer over in Minnesota. Hopefully she wins the game. This is the D cover. Those were out of order on the wall. This is the D cover. Got my favorite duck right there, Launchpad.
Okay.
He is my favorite.
Launchpad McQuack.
He is my favorite from the
I like the
DuckTales.
spiders.
Doesn't know how to land anything, but he knows how to crash.
That's true. I used to read so much DuckTales comic books when I was a kid. I only had like
Yeah.
3 or 4 of them, but I read them over and over and over again. They're awesome. This one is the G cover. Priced out at $10. He is fighting, what's his face? From the book.
Yeah.
I read it.
I read it and that's horrible. One second. Megavolt.
Megavolt, that's right. Fighting Megavolt. We got a like already. Look at that.
Boom.
We have got the H cover, the Icon cover, also $10 variant cover. I want to say we've got 3 of these guys on the wall, so come grab them while they're still here. We have got the J cover. Another pretty sharp cover coming in at $20. Here's a neat one. We've got the I cover, black and white variant of the A cover, which was, again, a DNA cover. This guy's a $15. And we have got the K cover, the Virgin variant of that other cover where Darkwing Duck is fighting Megavolt. He comes in at $25. A really cool one, too. Lots of cool covers, lots of cover options. We've already had a lot of those covers go, so come grab them while you can. This is another hot book, just like Gargoyles was, just like Garbage Pail Kids was.
One that can open.
We're gonna get open.
I'll take that $25 one. It's cool.
It'll open up their own. See how that goes. But so this guy, like I said, just released this week. He is on the new wall. And let's dive into the story. I read mine last night at like 10 o'clock at night. So we'll see how much I actually remember.
Mine was about 11:30, somewhere in there.
Yeah, but you weren't up at like 4 in the morning.
I'm just
What
kidding.
is that even? Nini.
On that note, we're just going to put that back up for a second. Bask in our beauty. Okay. All right, here we go.
All right. Enough basking for us. I was hoping you would remake the face. Reenactment. All right. We'll start out with shout outs to Amanda Diebert for script, Carlos Luro for art and color, main cover by David Nakayama, DNA, letters by Jeff Echoberry, and packager and editor is Nate Cosby. Darkwing Duck in, The Dark Flight returns. Darkwing Duck is sitting on top of a gargoyle, much like Batman does, up over.
Brooding.
He's brooding and talking to himself, just like Batman. He's up there brooding, and Launchpad shows up. And he's like, "Everyone's waiting." It's like, "Thanks, Launchpad." Trips backwards when he's talking about going to see his adoring crowds, and about falls off of the skyscraper, being held on by. It's not a gargoyle; it's a sconce. Is that what they're called?
Oh,
It's not a gargoyle. It's just poking out.
It's
So
yeah.
that'd be a sconce.
Shout out to sconces.
Shout out to all the sconces.
Sure.
You get our love tonight.
All of it.
All of it. All the love goes to the sconces. We need to like make some sort of song parody about sconces.
We do.
That would be awesome. But Launchpad goes to pull. What?
Just
keep going.
Sidetracking on sconces.
This is what I do.
I know.
I go down a rabbit hole and we never come back out.
All right.
Most rabbit holes lead to comic books. You ask my brother, anytime I start giving life advice, it turns into comic books. It's like, we weren't talking about that at all. Well, now we are.
Hey, what would Clark do? Hey.
But Launchpad goes to help him off of the sconce and ends up getting wrapped up in his cape. So, Darkwing Duck's daughter, Goslin, I mispronounced it for the entire night last night.
Whoa.
Goslin. Like, that doesn't sound right. We're going to call her Joslin. It's his real name. Shout out to all the Goslins. On all the sconces. So, but Goslin shows up. He's like, "Dad, everyone's waiting." He goes, "We're making an entrance. It's all part of my plan." They're being told that they're running late. So they get up off that sconce, go down to meet the press, who's all standing there with cell phones. And Goslin wants a cell phone. He goes, "You're not getting a cell phone. You know how I feel about cell phones." Probably the same way I do. I hate them.
Hate him.
I don't like technology.
Nope.
But Darkwing Duck goes to meet his adoring fans. "Oh, look at all these glorious sea of cell phones. Fear not, citizens. I'll make sure all of you get a chance to capture my good side." They're all my good side. Wow, not super humble. Just like me. They're all my good side. And the mayor is there introducing him to the people, and they're going to listen to some of the citizens recount tales of when they were saved. Darkwing Duck goes into reminiscing of some of the times he's saved people. Like how he rescued the Emperor of the Isle of Capercaillie from an angry mob. Or when he rescued Morgana Macabre from malicious phantoms. He definitely wanted to see her and speak about that. But the mayor, what was her name? Mayor Owl something.
No, I have to check.
Mayor Allison.
Mayor Allison introduces Herb Muddlefoot.
I love the names.
It's pretty awesome. He looks like a herb. Walks out in his fruity t-shirt and starts talking.
I'd wear that.
I would too.
Totally wear that.
I would too. I like Hawaiian shirts. That's similar. And he walks out talking about the time that Darkwing Duck found his shipment of Quackerware, which I thought was awesome. Instead of Tupperware, it's Quackerware. and found it under his bed. He recounts this entire tale and says it was under his bed.
For 2 hours.
It was a 2-hour telling of the time that Darkwing Duck saved his Quackerware. Everybody is falling asleep, and they're about to unveil a statue of him when their cell phones get zapped by somebody, and it's Megavolt,
Whoa.
the mouse with an outlet on his head.
Yes.
It's electrifying.
Hmm.
And he drives an electric-powered car with a light bulb sticking out the front of it. And he zapped everybody's cell phones, taking over their minds, and he's telling them to kill Darkwing Duck. And Darkwing goes, okay, if you want to make this complicated, let's get dangerous. And he runs away. Real superhero type. Time to save my life by running away.
Nailed it.
And Launchpad shows up with his... What is the name of his airplane?
It's actually referenced later, I believe.
Is there a reference later?
Yeah, I'll find it. Or try to.
Undershoot.
The plane.
Our single watcher, if you know the answer to that, what his air vehicle is called, please tell us.
We might have to Google it sometime.
Yeah.
I'm sure, like, the Darkwing jet?
Yeah,
It's going to be something similar to that. Anyways, he gets on his airplane. And he goes, well, if you're here, then who's flying it? And Launchpad replies, it's got a rudimentary autopilot. Doesn't always work, though. He asks, where's Goslin? And he goes, now that I don't know. And as they fly away, you see Goslin and her friend, who is actually the son of Herb. And they're trying to figure out what they're going to do because everybody's minds are taken over. And they come up with a plan, and I love this line. Gosling goes, let's get into unsupervised and mildly questionable trouble. That line was awesome because they've got a plan to save the city. But Darkwing Duck and Launchpad are chasing after Megavolt, who zaps their airplane, and they're spiraling out of control. Darkwing Duck jumps out of the cockpit up onto the airplane, attaches a cable to the airplane. Launchpad all the time going, it's not really recommended to leave the plane without a parachute. Throws his grappling hook, wraps it around the top of a skyscraper, and redirects the plane into a pond. And he goes, I really hope someone is getting this on camera. I like Batman, but the opposite of Batman. Like, I want people to see me. I want
exposure. I'm an influencer.
Expose me.
Bro, whoa.
Whoa. Really smooth, Darkwing. But why didn't you just have me deploy the thunder shoot? He goes, the thunder, now you tell me. Oh, well, this rescue had more style. But we've got to go get Megavolt. And he wants to know where his daughter was. And Launchpad goes, I'm sure she's fine. She didn't have a cell phone. Darkwing goes, cell phone? He's starting to put the pieces together. It's like, sure, everyone who went after you was recording. And he goes, that means you weren't getting video of my big ceremony. He goes, well, I forgot. I didn't charge my phone, which was awesome because Thursday I didn't charge my phone that night and it was dead.
It's a situation.
It's a situation. But he puts two and two together that the cell phones are how he's controlling people's minds, and that just gives him a reason to not get his daughter a cell phone. Great fathering skills. He goes, I wonder if I should write a parenting book. How to Make Fatherhood All It's Quacked Up to Be by Drake Mallard. And I just realized this. Transforms. The Darkwing jet transforms into like the Darkwing boat.
Heck yeah.
It's kind of cool. Flashback to what Goslin and her friend are doing. Did he have a name in this?
Yeah.
Yes. Quackers?
Quackers? That's a terrible name.
Oh, honker.
Honker, that's better. So much creativity here.
That's better.
Quackers, honkers, you know.
So much creativity in naming our characters. We got Goslin.
Well, it had to be birds. So.
But they decide they are going to play music to draw out Megavolt. And so they start singing. And I was going to look up Darkwing Duck to see if they're singing their theme song or something. But I didn't, because I didn't have time. So I've been here. And other jobs. Been working all day. But they are singing, drawing out Megavolt, who then uses his remote control to make the people capture them. Darkwing Duck swoops in to save the day. Megavolt is draining all the power out of everything and is going to electrocute his Goslin and Honker.
Mhm.
That name's terrible.
I think you said it was better.
It's better than Quacker, but where's all the creativity? We got Goslin, we got Owlson, we got Darkwing Duck, we got Honker, we got Megavolt.
Well, Honker, who's the son of, what was his name?
Herb.
Herb.
Herb's an awesome name.
Yeah.
Herb is so much better.
This is fantastic.
Darkwing Duck goes to save his daughter's life and gets electrocuted. I'm a father who will stop at nothing to protect those I love. I'm the conduit of justice that absorbs the forces of evil. I'm the terror that flaps in the night. I am Darkwing Duck. Power outage everywhere. And everybody is out of the mind control. Goslin is happy to see her father is all right. And he goes, and that is why you can't have a cell phone. And Allison goes, we owe you another great debt, Darkwing. He goes, how about just a less exciting statue dedication? Everybody goes, I'll film it. Or no, Herb says I'll film it. Everybody tells him, no, we're not filming anything.
Herb, get with it.
Darkwing goes, just make sure to get my good side. And they're all my good sides. The end. Issue 2 comes out in February. So check that out. That cover looks pretty cool too. It's Drowning in Duck.
That's amazing.
Gargoyles. Advertised here. New monthly adventures. There's a
Preview to
Gargoyles 1, which is on our gray shelves right now. Shows a facsimile editions coming out for Gargoyles. It says it'll be out in February. I can't guarantee that we're going to get it, but I'm sure we will.
Yeah.
So no guarantees. All of the covers, the cover gallery is ridiculous.
I blew my mind.
40 covers. Then at the back of the book, there is also an ad for a facsimile edition of Darkwing Duck #1. Again, I can't guarantee that we'll get it because I haven't seen it in our store, and it doesn't say when it's even coming out. It'd be cool if we get it, and I hope we do, because that would be a fun read. But thoughts on the book?
Who wants to go first?
I don't care. Somebody's got to go.
All right. I'll go first. Usually I like hearing what the co-hosts say, but my experience with this book was actually really interesting. I look to these Disney offerings like Gargoyles and Darkwing Duck, and I kind of sit back and ask myself, how well does this complement or translate to the shows that we watched growing up? And I thought that the creative team really outdid themselves in terms of dialogue and artwork to really make it a smooth blend. It really took me back to just watching the show. I could hear the voices. I remember all the ducky names and just all the hokiness of the whole thing. And they really did a good job of capturing Darkwing Duck. I thought it was brilliant. I will say that having some of those modern notes in there about cell phones and, issues of parenting and stuff, it really was kind of a slick way of putting in some modern themes into something that was definitely from long ago. When cell phones maybe weren't a thing. It was a big of a deal.
Giant boxes.
Right.
Hey, it's Darkwing.
Right, exactly. Like you can have your Saved by the Bell phone or whatever. So I think the creative team did a really good job. Are we doing ratings right now?
Or do we want to do ratings? Do you want to give your rating right now?
What's your call?
No, it's your call. You're the one giving the rating.
Okay. If I were to give it a rating, you guys, this one, again, Disney, incredibly strong offering. I'd definitely go a solid 4 out of 5 for me. I was very delighted just, again, with how it complemented what we watched on TV. And same thing with the Gargoyle series, too. I highly recommend checking out both.
You want to go next, or?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm going to put my cover there. That way people can see it. I picked up that cover, the A cover. You guys know I always go cover to cover when I'm doing these reviews because every part of the book is a part of the book. It all matters. Every little detail is all part of that bigger
You know
picture.
what else matters?
Rogue's the best. She's my favorite.
Simply the best.
She's simply the best. Shout out to Rogue the rabbit. She's not watching. She's blind, so she can't see it.
But if she could see it, she would see it.
But if she could see it, she would see it.
Okay.
No, cover to cover, I picked up the A cover. It's a DNA cover. And like the guys here know, I love DNA's artwork. He does a great job. I know he also did the covers for Gargoyles. I didn't pick up Gargoyles though, so I won't be picking it up. Story-wise, though, I did not grow up watching Darkwing Duck. It was a 90s cartoon.
There you go.
So I don't have investment in it like Johnny does.
I'm old.
You're so old.
Casey, you better have my back on this one.
For what?
He's old.
Show.
Yeah, I'm old too.
Yeah, wait, what?
I'm old too.
Okay.
You about agreed. Yeah, no, wait.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So, I don't have the same investment character-wise that Johnny or Casey would, because I didn't grow up watching the show. I did watch DuckTales, and like I said, I read a lot of DuckTales. So I know Launchpad. Launchpad's awesome. It's my favorite. I grew up watching Flintstones, Jetsons, a lot of other shows, but I didn't actually pick up Darkwing Duck, which is crazy. Would have been one of those ones you think I'd be watching. So I didn't hear the voices probably in the same sense that you heard them.
Mm-hmm.
I should really sit down and we should put that on tomorrow. Darkwing Duck all day.
You flipped a page. Can I throw one more thing out there really quick?
Yeah.
I gotta be honest, I was really creeped out by how the people's eyes looked.
Oh,
like
yeah.
rolling slot machines
Was...
when they were electrocuted. I'm like, are they okay? Because it was kind of. Yeah,
I know.
it was kind of.
I don't know that your eye can actually turn like that.
Yeah, it was really trippy. So, yep.
But the story was fun. It was a great change of pace from your normal superhero show stories, even though it is a superhero.
Yeah.
It's just a different one. It's a Disney book. It's fun. It's light. The story did carry over really well. I always hate the use of modern technology in comic books, like cell phones. Like, look at all these cell phones. Like, aren't they normal?
Mm-hmm.
Like, why are we drawing attention to them? Mm-hmm. Just little details like that always bother me. It's not across the board any little detail that doesn't pertain to the story. I mean, in this case, it did. The cell phones were a big deal. They mind-controlled people, but their cell phones are there. If he's a superhero, I want to see his technology.
Yeah.
His grappling hook, his Darkwing jet, whatever. But again, some of my favorite lines were, let's get into some, find it for a direct quote. Let's get into unsupervised and mildly questionable trouble. That one stood out. I just stared at it and smiled. Like, that's awesome.
Her version of let's get dangerous.
If I've got to give it a rating, didn't love it, didn't hate it. It's on my stack. I might continue reading it because it was a fun read. I'm going to go with just a neutral 3. It didn't. Yeah. It's not something that grabbed my attention and had me invested because, again, I didn't grow up watching Darkwing Duck. He's not a character that I'm familiar with. I'm not saying I couldn't get familiar with him. I could watch cartoon. I could read more comic books, but just based on the knowledge I have, I'm just going to give it a neutral 3. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. It's in my collection. I'll probably buy more. It was a fun read, and I do recommend it just as a fun change of pace.
Yeah.
Your turn.
Well, like I always say, just doing the same thing as Trevor does, cover to cover. Because you got to copy people, right? Just kidding. I actually went with the B cover, which come on.
There you go.
There's the B cover right there.
Who's the artist on it?
Mirka and Dolfo.
Oh, that's cool.
So
I wonder that one.
the reason why I like that one is because it had that Darkwing Duck / Batman vibe of brooding over the city. What are they called again?
Sconce.
Sconce.
Yeah.
All sconces.
But actually, for my overview, I really liked the story. It was very just heartfelt, just because it reminiscing of all the different stories and all that from the TV shows that I grew up on. And yeah, yes, I'm old, unlike Trevor apparently. I'm just reminiscing of this show.
You did watch it though.
Yes.
So I'm not alone.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're both old.
I watched the original
Darkwing Duck?
Darkwing Duck. No, the other show.
Gargoyles?
No.
What? Chicken Nuggets. That's not a show.
Launchpad's other show.
DuckTales.
DuckTales. I watched the original DuckTales and the new ones.
Well,
which actually the new ones are not bad either.
I watched the original DuckTales.
Yeah.
I've seen probably all of them.
Yeah.
I grew up with that. I don't know why we didn't get Darkwing Duck, but I did watch the DuckTales. Sometimes
Maybe it was on before you got home from school or something. I don't know.
I was homeschooled.
Oh. Yeah.
Hello, Chad.
Whoa.
Hey, Chad.
I'm so glad to see that you are tuning in with us tonight.
So we must have lost somebody else. Oh well.
That'll happen.
Thank you, Chad.
But anyway, back to just that whole heartfelt reminiscing of all those different stories, and like John said, those voices that I just remembered from those shows, like especially that first line, "I am the terror that flaps in the night."
Yes.
Do you have a voice like Donald Trump or something?
No, he was.
No.
It was just campy.
Let's put it on tomorrow. Darkwing Duck.
Yeah, we
all
should.
day.
Yeah.
Just Darkwing up the day.
Just hearing those voices in my head, and actually Goslin and even Launchpad McQuack. Hearing his voice in my head while I was reading his dialogue was just awesome. Couldn't quite remember Herb's in my head, so I was kind of had a fuddle with that just in my mind of what his voice would have been, but I'm sure.
We'll find out tomorrow.
I'm sure it sounded very Herbie.
Very Herbie, yes. If I were to give the entire story a rating, I'd probably lean more towards the 4.5 out of 5, just because of that whole nostalgic feeling I get from it. It was a great story, very great art. This nostalgia was there, and I just absolutely loved it. So,
Cool.
Yeah.
So am I the only one who gave an accurate rating because it wasn't
what do you mean accurate?
Wait,
Can you explain accurate?
Wait, hold up. What was yours?
4.5.
Whoa. Okay.
Because of nostalgia. See, everybody's is being changed due to nostalgia. Well, nostalgia makes it better than it really is.
Okay.
So mine's the only accurate rating here.
I don't think it's accurate.
No, it's all opinion on the show. I would like to hear your
nostalgia
guys'.
piece, though.
It is.
Come on.
Just like gargoyles.
Yeah, shout out to
Darkwing
gargoyles.
Duck. It's all nostalgia trips.
Yeah, we need sconces on the shop, though.
Yes.
Talk to Dave about that.
We are going to talk to Dave about that.
Yeah.
Sconces on the shop. Just go outside and see John brooding up there.
I kind of want to Photoshop that, actually. Can I do that? I'll ask him.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. I'm the manager that stalks the night. Oh my gosh.
No, so it did have a good turnout from us, between a 3, 4, and a 4.5.
Yeah.
I think we'll give it an average of 4 in the end because we're still right in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Like I said, we all recommend it. It's a good change of pace from superheroes, something different, something fun. We'd like to hear what you guys think. So leave us some comments if you can, and recommend books to us when you come in Wednesday, come in Thursday. Let us know what you want us to read, because we do this just as much for you guys as we do it for us. Getting us to read new things and getting you guys to read new things.
Yes.
Because we all need to know more, read different things. I don't know where I was going with that.
It was inspirational. We're gonna flash the graphic one more time. If you guys are thinking we should make a T-shirt out of this, let us know in the comments, because I'm delighted about this right now.
Yes.
Shout out to Casey.
Shout out to Casey.
Oh, okay.
I
I'm
like
like
Casey.
peeking over to. Oh, yep, there he goes. Okay. All right, we're good. Yes. Oh my gosh, that's fantastic.
That's awesome.
Before we shut it down, store happenings. What's going on in our areas?
I guess we could start with sports, since I was the last one to go with the whole review things. It's with sports cards.
Yes.
All right, Chad.
Yeah. Dude, we could do like a viewer giveaway or something.
We should totally talk
Yeah.
to Dave about
We're gonna
this.
do this. We're gonna put our faces on a T-shirt.
We got to make shirts. Thank you for the idea, Chad. Now that we have your support, we are going to bring it
We're
up.
gonna do it.
We're going to talk to the crew.
So anyway, with sports, we just started another box break. Hopefully, we can get this squared away before the Super Bowl, which the Super Bowl is going to be Sunday. Let me look at the date. February 12th. That is when the Super Bowl is. So I'm hoping to get this. Super Bowl, we don't know yet.
Oh.
The conference championships, which will determine who goes to the Super Bowl, will be determined this Sunday.
Okay, so after the Sunday, we'll know who's going to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Okay.
So hopefully we can get this closed up. There's a tentative, as of right now, I've decided right now that there's a tentative closing date of February 9th to close this football break, so that way we can have the break done and over with the following Saturday. So those of you that want to be a part of that, please come in, buy your spot, get it real quick because it'll go quick. It's 3 boxes of Mosaic, which is heavily sought after right now because of one particular player who plays for the 49ers. His name is Brock Purdy.
Hey, Casey, did you know that there's a Super Bowl this year?
Yes, I did know there was a Super Bowl this year.
Thanks for telling Casey. Even though he's a sports guy, I don't know if he actually knows this kind of thing.
That's awesome.
There's also a baseball break going on. We have about 10 spots gone already, so 20 spots to go. Hopefully that'll go a little bit quicker since we're getting closer and closer to baseball season.
Okay, so we're on a recap. We were planning on closing up the baseball break on the 9th.
No, the football break.
Oh, we have 2 going?
Yes.
I didn't know that. The more you know, and the less that I seem to know. Oh.
You didn't hear the beginning part where I said I just opened a football one.
When did you open it? Today?
Today.
That's why I don't know. I wasn't listening.
Not up the press.
Apparently you weren't listening because you're laughing about stuff.
I was laughing about a lot of stupid things.
This is amazing.
I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
My mind wanders.
But anyway, let's anyway, that's what's new in the sports world. Now on to either Pokemon or whatever John wants to talk about.
Hey,
whatever John wants to talk about.
Which is an open world of whatever he wants.
There are no good teams out there, so there are no Super Bowl. Personally, I'm a Cleveland Browns fan, so if they made it to Super Bowl, I would be thrilled because they are the only team worth watching.
Yeah, they didn't even make the playoffs.
You know, who cares about your playoffs? The playoffs in my head were really good, and they made it to
in my
the Super Bowl.
League. Boom.
Yeah, there you go. That works.
No, I do agree with Chad. There are no good football teams unless there is no Super Bowl. I do agree.
Also, I just totally killed the audio by doing that.
Did you really?
Yeah, because that needs to be on there. So
this is audio?
Evidently.
Okay, so maybe we shouldn't do that again?
Yeah, we'll never do that again. Yeah, I censored it though. You guys missed it. Trevor was cursing. It was terrible.
Welcome to my life.
What's going on in your neck of the woods, Trevor?
More Pokemon singles have been priced up, put out in the showcase. I just got a couple of really cool collections priced up. So come check out the showcase. And I have been going through a lot of our backstock as far as comic books, and I'm getting backstock, restocked. A lot of that barcode stuff. Your modern reads are getting backstocked or restocked, backstock. So come check that out too. I've been working hard on that. We've gone through like 5 long boxes so far. Still like 50 more to go.
Yeah.
But it is a start, and we are excited about that.
It's ambitious.
Still got more of that Crown Zenith ETBs, so come check those out. Those have been fun. We've seen some really good pulls. Overall, just rocking some Pokemon, rocking some comic books.
Yeah.
Over to Johnny's side of the woods, talking about whatever he wants to talk about.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know. I don't even know if I do much here, you guys. But in all seriousness, Trevor's been awesome at crushing, long boxes from the back. I've helped out a smidge, but he's really leading the charge because we are working through a huge collection we got right now, and we have massive restock coming. We got Iron Man on deck. We got Invincible. We have Judge Dredd. Fantastic Four had a huge tidal wave. Daredevil, old stuff, and these are all old stuff. Sorry, I just got my gavel. Order of the Court, which I need to talk about a different segment later. But a lot of just old stuff is going to be populated on the floor. So you're going to see the second row of backstock start to have more boxes on it as well, just because we need to accommodate all that. So very exciting. That should be in the next week and a half or so. We should have the bulk of that out. We just have to go through bag it, price it, the usual. So other than that, for store happenings, not too much.
Not a whole lot.
No.
We're more to come. There might be maybe a little SALE on the horizon for comics. We're going to be talking about that coming up in the next week. So more information on that. Really quick, just wanted to give a shout out to the Lincoln team as well. We do have a Rainbow Comics down in Lincoln, Nebraska. Check them out. Great crew down there. Shout out to Taylor.
And I guess I will wrap it up tonight. Thank you all for joining in and checking out our review of Darkwing Duck #1. Came out this week. You can find it on the new wall we've still got plenty of cover options available, but they are going fast. So stop in as soon as you can to come check those out, because once they're gone, they're gone. I mean, we might be able to reorder some of the smaller covers, but none of those incentives.
Yeah.
Like I've said before, and did you read Punisher? Who was supposed to read Punisher?
I collect it. I haven't read the newest one though.
You collect it, but you don't read it.
No. There's the newest issue. I'm
Okay.
Yeah, I'm on issue like 8.
Oh, is it a good story?
Yeah.
Jason Aaron's writing it, so
Yeah.
I know he does better on standalones and stuff.
Chad and I disagree on this a lot because he doesn't like the new run and I do.
Well, I get that. The old run's better. Old runs
man.
are always better.
The ending was crazy. Stop! I haven't read it. Shout out to Ares, God of War.
But yep, like I've always said, if you see a book on the new wall, and it does not have to be a number 1, it could be like X-Men 18 or Spider-Man. Well, Spider-Man's on 18 too now, probably getting there.
Yeah.
I mean, Spider-Man's up there.
Yeah.
Venom 16, whatever's on the wall. It doesn't have to be a number 1 issue, but if you see something on the wall that looks really cool, tell Johnny, tell Casey, tell John, tell Amanda, be like, hey.
If that's true, I'll be really. Actually, Ares already died though in Dark Avengers, which was hilarious during the siege event. So being a God of War, I'm not too concerned if he dies or not.
Well,
but if he does do it, I just want to know how. So you can spoil it for me or not. It's fine. It's fine. I'll still read it.
I mean, it's Marvel Comics, so no matter who dies, they'll be back.
It's a Marvel advantage, right? Shout out to Uncle Ben, the real OG, for holding them down.
Oh, between Uncle Ben and Gwen Stacy.
Bro.
Gwen Stacy has never come back, with the exception of that
Yeah.
cameo in one of those most recent Spider-Man books.
Yeah.
And the one that ties into Hellfire Gala,
Oh, yeah.
right? Or no, Axe Judgment Day, which was still higher. He went from Hellfire Gala to Axe Judgment Day.
Yeah.
All in one issue.
Yeah.
But brief, Gwen Stacy for like 2 pages. I was excited that they're bringing her back, but she's gone again. So
Since you've been gone.
again, into spoilers. So there, it's been out for a while now.
Yeah.
But
Shout out to the Hellfire Gala, Emma Frost.
Emma Frost. Anyways,
Speaking of Frost, everyone be safe on the roads the next 23 hours or whatever it is. I don't
Yeah.
know.
the weather's supposed to get bad, so if you don't have to go anywhere, we recommend staying home and reading
Read
comic
those
books.
books. Read your Darkwing Duck #1.
And if you don't have it, I'm not saying go out, but it might be worth the drive.
Yeah, come see us tomorrow if it's safe.
If it's safe, we do
Yeah.
not want you to put your life in danger for this book. You can always call us or message us, and we'll drop
And
it
we
in
can
your
sit
box.
outside.
Yep.
Yeah.
No problems there. But if, like I've said before, and I'll say it again, if you see something on the wall that you want us to review, let us know, lift it up, and we're going to read it on the show. We will talk about it. You will know whether or not it was a book worth picking up. It's a comic book, so they're all worth reading. Because it's comics, and comics are awesome. We love comics. Woo! And with that, again, thank you all for joining us tonight. Stay safe, stay warm, and we'll see you guys in here real soon.
And bask in this glorious graphic.
Oh, that picture is amazing.
So great. All right.
Rogue's famous.
Are we doing this?
Yep.
All right. Bye, buddies.
Like,